Hey people, this one goes out to all the believers in time traveling Nephilim. The Hebrew Bible actually does talk about time traveling Nephilim. Well, not Nephilim, but time traveling giants. And they switched the word for giants. But these giants comes here in the sons of Japheth. And these are the generation of sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And were born to them sons after the flood. And these were who willed to less beings rich embul, E-M-B-U-L, embul, like an emblem, like a patch you would wear, your colors. And the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Jave, and Tubal, Mish. The sons of Gomer, the sons of Javan. And from these were separated the maritime peoples into their lands, everyone according to his language, according to their families and into their nations. But these is of misfits, L of MSPHTS, of misfits, BG, WIES, big wise. They were misfits, big wise. They were big, and you won't see it written like this again. You know, these misfits comes up 83 times, but this is the first time. And then there's all kind of different misfits. And this word, big wise, you only see it come up these 3 times in this one chapter, 10. Of the misfits, big wise. And the lesson it's in arch is big wise. 'Tis big wise it is. To know the little dots, big wise. So the giants aren't the Nephilim, but they're the sons of the Japhites, the maritime people. Separated the Maritimes people. And so as to the time travelers, those were the sons that were on the boat. The sons of Noah were the time travelers, what it says here. It's the sons that went out of the ark. So the ark was the time machine. But it's, the wage, how they to in niche, N-I, backwards forwards, N-I-C-H, niche. Niche is a little cubby hole or of a niche, a certain little thing that you do best in the niche. And then no, N-H, no. And then they, E-Y, they, T-H-E, they, X. They cross ages. A-J-S is the old spelling of ages. The wage of niche, no, they cross ages. The men, and then backwards and forwards, to have it, H-V-T. It vesses, V-E-S-S. Final M reads as S. It vesses means to fill. To have it. It fill, which is why means who or how. And how put or why put, which is who, jive. Starts with A, it reads backwards, J-V-A. Jive is when the boom switches sides on your boat, you're changing direction. To jive, to change sides. Which is who jive, who change sides of canon. And so canon is ancient writings in the canon, put it to canon. And that's why you always see in the writings of the sons of Ham, they're always in the order to give use, to mix, rise, to put to canon. This is the word that became Egypt. To mix, rise, and put, Vav, and Put, and put to canon. The soulless, the lab, backwards, starts with the A, the L-A-B. The lab is to, to shoot the stars, to lab them. Anytime you're working with a soulless, that's what the lab means. The astro lab, it's like a slide rule that figures everything. Soulless, the labbing niche. The labbing niche. It's little niche. What it does, know 'em all and puts the culture, the KLXRA, the culture, the arch. The arch is the archinometer, arch of Noah, the archinometer. The archinometer. The beginning of the writings of Noah in chapter 6 is talking about the crossing of ages and having to change the archinometer, having to switch everything. And then this is where it starts talking about where to put the plants in the naps. The naps are the spots between. But it was the sons of Noah, in the niche, they cross ages. The men have it. It vests, it fills, which is. And so this time of Noah's flood, it came while we were crossing ages. When this crossing here, it's here now, in Pisces, this crossing was over here by the river between Gemini and Taurus. Noah is the bull that came out after the flood. And so you might read this as hits, Hits. How they of niche know hits ages. The men have it. It vesses. Which is how put, which is who jive, who make in power the canon. And so the canon is all the writings that aren't in the Bible. It's all the pics of culture. Cull and then backwards XRA or CHRA, the culture, EARS, hears. The pics of the culture hears, putting the pictures of the culture's language. So these next couple lines, they tell what he did with it. This story about Noah becoming drunk. So this is telling a totally different story than what's here. But it's talking about his marriage. And it's which of nosy, no S-I-A, which of nosy had me with two cares. I was wanting to know, I cared. Wist many, M-N-N-Y, many ye gin, and drank many ye gin. Who sucker? Who sucker? Who toggle? Toggle is a switch that's either on or off. It's like a light switch, middle setting. Who toggle and took the lee. And so lee means the downwind, the past, and took the lee. Where has jive, jive to change size, where has jive canon to orit? And so jive is also of slang language. Jive. Who has jive the canon to orit, to put to spoken language, orit. The wive, backwards, starts with A, the W-I-V-A. And so a wive means a husband, a W-I-V-A, the husband. Who godel sign, who good of sign, which achieve, which, W-I-C-H-A-C-H-I-V, which achieve bouts, B-H-U-T-S, when you're out and about, that's where that comes from, outside, bouts, which achieve, but it's also about, abouts. The wife, and so this is your female wife, and it's who, W-Y, how, who, and then center divide, fuck, wife. The wife, she's who put to Elemis as an elementary, the younger days of school, and Elemis the smile. Wisham to, W-I-S-H-I-M to, the wisham to all make, and then shacks, to make shacks sign this. And so sign this usually comes with to court and sign this, the two of them. And the wisham to all make shacks sign this. They're getting married. He's talking about he got drunk. It was his bachelor party, and he got drunk to many Yajin, who sucker, who toggle, who changed. And then the wife, she's who put to Elam's the smile. Wish 'em to all shacks sign this. We'll give to. And this is this backwards here. Will give to. They usually say it means walk or win or something like that. But it means, to step back, to give them the way. We'll give to. We'll give to the tenure, T-I-N-R-H-A, tenure means to hold. Whoever's holding the deed. To hold, who kiss, and to orit, this is the kiss, and it means who gives secret, connected. Who kiss, to orit, to put in the spoken language from they va, from the jive, from the change upon this tenure, to hold and orit, and to put in speech from they va laro. And so this is the first medicine in the Bible, is the valero after the flood. And this valero is what you use at your wedding. And this is where your valeric acid comes from. It comes from the Valerina officinalis, aka the valero. And a crude extraction of the valerian root may have a sedative and anxiolytic effects. It's commonly sold in dietary supplement capsules. And this was known anciently. It was ancient Greeks. Hippocrates wrote about it. And it was prescribed valerian tea for a sick woman. And it was under the influence of mercury, therefore having the warming faculty. All their medicine was connected with the astrology. But it was prescribed as a remedy for insomnia. Sometimes placed in the wedding clothes of the groom to ward off the envy of elves. But most likely to make a tea for his new 12-year-old wife that just couldn't stand the arranged marriage and what was fixing to come next. Excellent for those burdened, trouble with croup and other like convulsions. So yeah, they probably gave it to the groom to make a tea for his new wife. Alright, this is going to be a short one. I got to get on a roof tomorrow. Alright, good day.